Well, that's the scene at CapeTown Stadium as we get set for game 38. Fifth place semi-final. The United States up against Fiji. Many thinking that Fiji would go all the way through to the gold medal playoff, but it wasn't to be, losing to England in extra time in the semi-final. Perry Baker, the electrifying captain of the United States this weekend. And for Fiji, one to keep an eye on is Gideoni Talinga. I guess you can look at all 12 in that Fiji team when they're on fire. Great scenes here. Brilliant sunshine. The United States, as I said, Baker is the captain because Madison Hughes has been rested this week. Seppo has been in good form. The big boys up front, Barrett and Giratalo doing the hard yards as well. And for Fiji, well, it is a star-studded team, but they just haven't clicked this weekend. But they'll be looking to finish with the real flourish here, no doubt about that. United States ready to make their way out. Masia Kulinasau, the inspirational captain of Fiji, getting set to lead his boys out as well. USA ended a 6-game losing streak in London when they won last May. Prior to that, it was all Fiji in the head-to-head clashes. So here's a welcome for the United States and Fiji. Playoff for fifth semi-final. Greg Clark with you, alongside me is Joel Stransky. They really don't get to play in these sort of games all that often, Fiji.
No, they don't, and they'll certainly be playing for a lot of pride now, wanting to just redeem themselves. They came unstuck against England in the last round. Both these teams actually went to extra time. The US losing to Scotland 24-19, and obviously England just clipping this great Fijian side. But to your point, Clarky, this is not an area they like to play. They want to be out there contesting the cup. They want to be out there contesting finals, and certainly the playoff for fifth spot up for grabs. As our referee today will be Richard Kelly from New Zealand. USA will kick off. Perry Baker's been outstanding for this team. He's been a fine example. He's led as a captain. He's led as a ball carrier. He's made a number of tackles. He's been brilliant this tournament. Not in his traditional role of a gas man speedster, though.
5 tries so far this weekend to Perry Baker. And Thomason gets us underway. USA kicking off to Fiji. And straight through the arms of Kulinasau. And then knocked on by Danny Barrett. So we'll have a scrum early on.
Not quite expecting it was Danny Barrett. It almost hit him more than knocked on. Yeah, onto that left hand.
Just here, guys.
Super kickoff though, wasn't it? Hung up there in the sky.
Just hold the weight for the ball.
So Fiji not able to gather the kickoff. A little fortunate. They'll have put into the scrum though.
Fine. Sit.
Fiji putting it in and taking it out. Kulinasau, the midfield general, the master, tops it back, and they can't pick it up, and so it's there for the United States. Advantage being played, knock-on advantage, and Giratalo needs to free their hands. He got it out the back door, picked up by Thomason, and now it is Baker on the far side. They rein him in, Perry Baker, but a big lineup out here now.
Tackle Andy.
Yosefo. Kevin Williams knock on, so maybe a little bit of a nervous start for both these.
Well, the hand out from Kevin Williams, not able to gather the ball really. Just thinking about what's coming up next. South Africa against New Zealand, the Cup semi-finals underway after this. South Africa will take on New Zealand, followed by an all-Northern Hemisphere game. Scotland against England. Guaranteed a North vs South final.
Set.
Before we get there, it's the playoff for fifth.
Too wide, turning it back to Kulinasau. The gap opened up, the race is on. Kulinasau, coming at him is Kevin Williams. Kulinasau over the 22, stops now, and he doesn't need the support because he will be able to run it in, and that's what they'll do to you. They'll go coast to coast. The flying Fijians, Masia Kulinasau.
Well, there was just half a little bit of space in the midfield of the USA's defensive structure that was exposed, and Kulinasau went through it untouched. Williams put in a gallant effort to chase back, but the Little stop and go from Kalinius, just too good. Boy, they are dangerous if you give them a bit of space, this Fijian team. Big, strong and powerful, loads of gas. Not quite hit their straps this weekend, but certainly dangerous given a hint of a gap.
And there is the extra 2 as well from the captain. So it is Fiji leading the United States by 7 points to 0. Columbus out 111 tries from the Brothers Club in Suva. Made the 2015-2016 Dream Team. And you can see why. If there is a gap, he will take it. And how many times have we seen that over the years? Lewis kicking off. And knocked back by the USA and picked up by Fiji. And away they go again to Linga. Pops it back on the inside. Yasa Veri Malua. The DHL Impact Player of the Year for 2015-2016. Johnny on the spot there. Yasa Veri Malua.
Well, it's all about the offload, isn't it? It's a good support line running on the inside, but the offload just sublime. Veri Malua has got the try. It's made by the almost lunging dive to get behind the tackler and free the ball up. Possible to defend against.
And there's another 2 from the reliable boot of the captain, Nasir Kalinisau, and the try scorer, Veri Malua, another member of the 2015-2016 HSBC Sevens World Series Dream Team. Plenty of strapping under his right leg and also left arm, but he seems to be moving okay. Veri Malua.
Oh, his kickoffs are just perfect, aren't they? So hard to control and receive.
So now the USA need to hit back. Michael Unafe. 14 points to 0. Fiji over the USA. Duratalo pops it back on the inside, knocked back there by Baker, and so they clean it up. And it is play on, and so Todoriki, the Tunayada comes away with it and pops it past back. No advantage, so we'll come back for the scrum. About 30 out from the Fijian line. They'll have the put in.
Yeah, the little attempted backflip not going to hand for the USA. They look tired to the USA. That extra time maybe in the quarterfinals, already rearing its head.
And quite a few of them, at least a half a dozen of them in this 12-man squad, coming back from a 15s program. And of course the fitness is different nowadays because of the various trials and tribulations of the World Tour in sevens and the fitness required. And look at that one. You know, the New Zealanders and the Blitzboks warming up on the adjacent field. Wow, what a semi-final that's going to be. South Africa and New Zealand. They're back on the main pitch, and it is Fiji looking to do some damage again from their own 22. The ball is passed back. The offloads, spectacular to watch. And the footwork of this man is incredible. Jerry Tuwai. Now out to Mafanafangi.
Fijians are playing with the USA at the moment, aren't they? The footwork is just spectacular.
Like a bit of beach touch footy, isn't it? And Baker holds on to Talinga. He's going to come back for Fiji. And now out to Mailangi, back to Veri Malua, Tuwai over on the far side, Sevaloni and Mafanafangi, and he has got the pace to get away. Yep. There's not a lot of petrol in the USA tank at the moment. The chasers gave up very early on, and there is another long-range try to the Fijians. Sevaloni Mafanafangi from the Yamathea club in Nandi. So he's got his third for the weekend.
Well, it's a couple of little goose steps, maybe one or two too many. Playing games with the defence. Oops, there go the feet. Having said all that, when your opposition are looking as tired as the US are looking, and you've got a man of Barrett's weight exposed on the outside, it's a relatively easy run-in for Mafanafangi. As the half-time hooter goes. It's Been a very strong start to this game. Very strong first half indeed for Fiji.
Watching on, no doubt, from Hong Kong will be the coach in waiting, Gareth Baber. He'll take over in the new year and doing a great job with them in the last couple of weeks as a stand-in, Nathani Buka. And while they'll be disappointed not to be in the Cup semi-finals, they're looking to make sure they don't lose another one today. Here's Baker trying to spin out of the tackle, and he ran out of room, and that will be half-time. 21 points to nil. Fiji, 3 converted tries. So there is the scoreline. Fiji 21, United States 0 at the break.
Okay, so we've currently got 2-1-1-2. Can we switch Lucky's side pod? Can you switch that for the 15 and then one on the sideline? Okay? All you can worry about is that first kick-off. And then our confidence, our belief to go through those last 2 channels on the outside, wherever it is. But we've got to bring a bit of intensity. All right? Give me 2 minutes and I'll make some subs. All right? Let me see where we're at. Can we do that? Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Hold on. Pocket for each other. Pocket for each other. Brothers on 3. 1, 2, 3, brothers.
Sun continues to shine, and yeah, just a little cool down there to help with this blistering heat.
It must be swelteringly hot in the sun on the far side.
Well, we're in for the second half now. Fiji and the United States, the highest place finish for these teams will be 5th. And still some valuable points up for grabs, because the 5th place team picks up 13 points on the World Series, and now the USA looking to hit back, but they ran out of room on the short side. The dummy there from Don Patty, taken by Althanathangi, and straight through. Well, that's a rare miss by Fiji on defence, and Don Patty from Utah Rugby scores the first try of the second half, just to give the United States a little bit of hope here.
Well, good appreciation of the laws from Don Patty. Was tackled, placed the ball, got up quickly, got back on his feet, kicked it up, and went through, caught the Fijian defence napping a little bit, showed a lot of pace and a lot of toe as he got going there. And it does bring a little bit of hope to this USA side. Whoever wins this game, of course, will play against Kenya in the playoff for 5th position final. The kick's not good.
21-5. There's a try scorer, Don Patty.
Some fresh legs as well, not had as much game time as players who started the first half.
Thomason. Stephen Thomason. Not his best restart. So we'll come back to the halfway spot, and Fiji will look to launch again. Fiji, the Rio gold medalist, second in Dubai last week, losing to South Africa in the final 26-14 after it was 14 all at one stage. They are the defending HSBC Sevens world champions. Still a long way to go in the World Series. This is the second stop of 10 around the globe. Baker putting on some footwork, trying to get on the outside, and he got on the outside of Kalunasau, throws it back into Thomason, backing up brilliantly, but the flag is up. He just ran out of the room.
Boy, he does have some speed when he gets going.
Got to go line out now. He's in past for
Places Perry Baker. Gets a foot on the line there. In fact, here comes the foot on the line. A real athlete, a real sprinter is Perry Baker.
No.
Still all right at this moment.
Yep.
Then comes the second tackle attempt, and there the foot's, well, in fact, it's both feet that go down. Good effort, though, to get round the outside.
A good take.
Thank you. Play advantage offside back line.
Oh, there's a high tackle there as well, and
Back line to come up early.
they're offside as well.
Technical penalty. The line out technically not over. The back line coming up inside that 10-metre radius or 10-metre offside line.
Thanks.
It's a good touch finder by Fiji. 21 to 5. Halfway through the second half.
Hey, I said you got the last guy high, so I just need you to keep your tackle. Doesn't matter. It's above the
Heading
shoulder.
for the climax here on day 2 at the CapeTown Sevens.
Guys, stay on
Great
side.
matchups still to come. And it's looking at this stage like we will see Fiji one more time today in the playoff for 5th. There's Tuai. Gets it out to Kalunasau, and he kicks ahead for Joeli Lutumailangi to chase, but it's going to beat everybody over the dead ball line.
Options.
We'll come back to the 22, or where he kicked it
Sorry,
from for the scrum.
Thank you. Scrum.
Yeah, just
Scrum.
in terms of that final, Fiji will play Kenya, who they beat earlier in the pool stages, 28 points to 22. Tight affair. I think Kenya have improved since early performances yesterday.
Crouch.
So scrum for the USA. They need to score 3 times in a short space of time to win this game and get into the final for 5th place.
And they don't have Terry Baker on there at the moment. He's being rested on the bench as Thomason tries to find a way through, and a simple turnover there to Molangi. And now they fling it wide to Linga, getting it out to very Malua. Kalunasau is holding it there, waiting for the offload, and he just delivers it back to Linga, who got away from 1 into the 22. They go. Kalunasau. Milagoro across to the 13 man, which is Namani Ngusa. Inside, Tuai, Jerry Tuai, goodbye.
Well, if there's any doubt beforehand, that doubt is now gone. Fiji, they might argue it's a little bit too late to find some form. I guess they're playing against quite a tired USA side. They're going to come out on top there with a resounding victory, but they'll be disappointed that they're not in the Cup semi-finals coming up in just a moment.
$28 points to 5. And Gooser just turning it inside to the fleet-footed Jerry Tuai, the man from Marist. So it's a free kick to the United States on halfway after the restart was botched.
So one thing we have seen quite a lot of this weekend is kickoffs that haven't gone the 10 or been incomplete for whatever reason.
So the United States, Welmers getting it out now to Gletzer. So they've cleared the bench, and the penalty goes to Fiji, so there might be one more for the flying Fijians. Now Soko. Thomason getting back there first for the United States. Wilmers leaves it behind. Picked up though by Gletzer. Up over halfway. Half-time siren sounds. The game is safe for Fiji, but Don Patty thought he spotted a gap and he wanted to have the final say for the United States. He's still struggling away. Then it tops out. But the penalty goes against
You're offside.
Fiji, so the USA.
Number 1.
Tom Paddy short and stocky. He's got a real low centre of gravity. Able to get on his feet and go again.
Now he throws it wide out to Anthony Welmers, wearing the 10 jersey that the captain Madison Hughes usually wears, but he's been rested this week. Liuta! And now they are going to have the final say, because Kevin Williams from the Denver Barbarians scores now for the USA. Way too late, but they finish on a mini high, if you like.
Yeah, that's a well-worked mini high, actually. And Williams up through the middle, the little pop pass, the timing of the pass, 3 Fijian defenders drawn in, and the USA will finish on that mini high. The crowd will come to their feet, because next up is the Blitz box in the Cup semi-final. And it's exactly what this home crowd have been waiting for.
Are you confident?
Well, you never know in this game, but I think they've been in good form at the Blitz box, and I'm hoping they're going all the way.
Well, that's the place to be as well. If you're not at CapeTown Stadium, you can be out there in the cool waters off CapeTown. Fiji 28, United States 12. Don't go anywhere. Cup semi-finals are on the way.